Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my first recap, my first review, so I can remember, of Scream Queens. But this is for Season 2, Episode 1. Scream Again. So the episode starts off, we're back in, it's October 31st, Halloween, 1985. And you see, there's this pregnant woman and she needs help because her baby daddy, I don't know if it's her husband, I really don't care, but her baby daddy, he collapsed. He's not looking too well. So she enlists the help of one of the people at the hospital. And it's like, all right, where's Dr. Max? Where's Dr. Max or Dr. Sam, whatever his name is? And it was like, I need your help. And she was basically like, you know what? I'm going to sue this hospital, get all of you disbarred, all of you fired, written up and fired if you don't help out my dude. So she gets them to go and help him out. They say, oh, well, you know what? There's some fluid in his lungs. What we'll do is we'll just go and we'll give him a sedative to make sure that he's out like a light, and we'll prep him for surgery right away. And so she says, thank you. By the way, she is pregnant. And what ends up happening is they go and they wheel his body out. They wheel his body out to the swamp because this hospital is ranked number 4. So it's like the worst of the worst, which means that they can't get any lower, but they can always go up. And the thing is, they have the whole backstory. This is where we get the backstory from the swamp and how, you know, it's alleged that there's creatures here. This is where patients of the past go to die, or where they were possibly killed. This guy basically, we don't know what he has or what he had. The doctor's like, we can't save him, so we need to get rid of the body because the fault is going to be on us if he dies. So they end up killing him. They end up killing him before he could just go and die, I guess you can say, naturally. And because of that, they have to go and hide the body. They put him in the swamp. But they take off, the doctor takes off his Halloween costume and throws it on the guy. So now we get the whole concept of, okay, this is what the killer is going to look like. He's going to have this really creepy, devilish horns, mask, and then a green cape. The whole costume is basically green and black. Now, Dean Munch is now Dr. Munch. She created a brand new, mind you, a brand new company, a brand new organization, because, you know, after everything was successful for her, you know, they found out who the killer was. She went and did interviews. She went and created a TV show. She did everything you could possibly think of. She actually got put on Times Magazine. a munch of the face. And so now she's going to conquer something new because she's like, you know, in the medical world, it's really sad because I noticed that there's all these, and again, this is one of those shows where they actually mix in truths and reality with BS. Because, for example, when it was in the opening scene and they were trying to find the doctor, the doctor was mixing Quaaludes. Now, mind you, back then, I don't think Quaaludes were necessarily illegal at this point. So that was a Bill Cosby reference, because there was actually another Bill Cosby reference coming up, and they're so wrong. Anyway, so yeah, Dean Munch wants to create a company. It's called Cure, because they're going to cure uncurable diseases, or what diseases are deemed uncurable, because she's going to take all of the money that she's been able to generate, dump it into this company. And we have Dr. Cassidy, who is actually Taylor Lautner, and I guess technically we should be calling him Dr. Cascade, but it's interchangeable. So that's Taylor Lautner, and then John Stamos' character is Brock Holt. And they're two of the leading experts that are supposed to help this first case. The first case is this hairy woman. She's extremely hairy, and they're looking at her like, we couldn't choose something, like, really? This is going to be our flagship? This is how we're really going to start off the company, show that we can do things. Now, the backstory on these girls. The backstory on the Chanels is that the Chanels have decided they're gonna, they originally were charged. Now, mind you, originally they were charged with the deaths and all the killings, and so they got put in an insane asylum. The Rent-A-Cop, who was played by Niecy Nash, got them off. What was her name? Shirley? Something like that. Denise? I think, for some reason I want to call her Denise. Yeah, so she got them off because she had the proof of, you know, the, Leah, what was her name? Leah Michelle? Yeah, her character admitting that she did the killings, that she was mainly involved with the killings, that it was her plan. But they had to go back and forth between double jeopardy, not double jeopardy, double jeopardy. I'm like, Lord Jesus, how stupid can they possibly be? How stupid can they actually possibly be? Now, Zayday, her whole thing is, she's at this point where she's actually working 3 jobs to get through to medical school, and I think she just finished her undergraduate in 2 years. I think it's normally 3 years. So she's on her way. Dean Munch needs some girl power. She needs someone who actually has the potential to be great, the potential, someone who won't give up. So she enlists the help of Zayday. And Zayday's just having this, again, that's played by Keke Palmer. Zayday has this look of, why are you here? And so it's like, I have this new company, I have this new hospital, we cure the incurable, and I know that you are actually talented, so I want your help. Are you willing to help me? And in return, I'll make sure that you get paid, so your degree will be covered. It'll pretty much be covered. Not only that, you'll also get credits. This will be like an internship as well, so you'll get credits. So that'll cover the college portion as well, as far as your classes and all that. And she's like, why do you want to do that? Because I see something in you. I actually believe in you. Now, Zayday's at the hospital, and we get the backstory. First of all, Dr. Cascade was thinking that Zayday was hitting on him. Zayday was like, okay. And then we had Dr. Brock. Dr. Brock, that's what I'm going to call him. I'm not going to call him Dr. Holt. Dr. Brock, he gives the backstory on his hands. His hands, well, his hand was mangled, destroyed because there was a Super Bowl party. And you know, what's the worst thing that could happen at a Super Bowl party besides the team that everyone's rooting for loses? The power going out. So while the power is out, he has his friend who's going around the house. He's flipping the lights on up and down. And he keeps flipping all the knobs, actually. And at one point, he hits the disposal. Now, Dr. Brock didn't know that his friend was messing around with the disposal. So, his ring falls in there. He goes to get his ring. His hand is still in there when the power comes back on. So, while everyone's just like, yay! Because they can see the TV, it's all working, it's all good. He's like, ah! Oh, that was good. That was good. Anyway. So that's his backstory, and so now we're like, okay, is Dr. Brock one of the people that possibly could be involved in, well, we'll learn to, there being killings, what's going to be going on there. But, anyway, that's a sensitive subject. That is his hand. He's like, look, it's my hand, don't tell me otherwise. Now we have this candy stripe come through, and you know, he's spreading cheer, but then he also almost messes things up because he decides, you know what? Girl, you a little hairy. I have 2 razors for you. Here you go. And she's like, you know what? I'm done. You guys can't do anything for me. You don't even seem like you're trying to help me. I'm leaving. Zayday brings it back together. Says, no, we got you, girl. We got you. How is this going to work is this. I'm going to go and save you. I'm going to save you, my darling. I'm going to save you. How I'm going to save you? I'm not sure yet, but give us a week. Yes, a week. And we got you. Zayday is talking to Dean Munch, and Zayday... That's all well and good in theory, but you're supposed to be running a hospital. You're supposed to be a feminist. Dean Munch was like, a feminist of what? In what world? I don't even like women like that. Well, anyway, so she says, you know what? I hear you. I hear you. There needs to be some more diversity. I got it. I thought, you know, black woman was enough, but maybe not. So we get the backstory on what happened with the Chanels. Since the Chanels aren't in the insane asylum anymore, they had to go and get real jobs. Their parents ostracized them, and the society hates them. They went to go and get a communications degree, but then they realized they can't actually do anything with a communications degree unless you have experience. So, Chanel number 5 is working as a receptionist at a dental office, and why did Chanel, the main Chanel, you know, Emma Roberts Chanel, was just like, well, you know, she had to do that because now she could get braces for her vagina teeth. I'm like, what? Oh, Jesus. Chanel number 3 is working at a sperm bank, and she's working at a sperm bank, and she gets to mop up all the messes. She's in heaven. I'm thinking she would be. And our main Chanel, the queen of them all, the leader, she's actually working at a blood bank. She loves to draw out blood. You know, just that red substance, poking people with that needle day in and day out. She thoroughly enjoys it. It's therapeutic. But what's not therapeutic is the fact that they're hated. They have no money. They just have enough money to pay for the rent and to buy frosted apple pie tarts. And so they're like, Lord, we need a miracle. Guess who comes up? Dean Munch. They're looking like, now wait a minute, why are you here? Dean Munch brings them back to her place, and she lets them know, I need your help. I need for you to go in and really just rock out at my hospital. You know, you'll be training as future MDs. You'll have room and board. You'll be good. The Chanels are like, oh my gosh, a job? A paid job? I'm like, wait a minute, did she ever say paid? Did she ever say, was it? I think that was just implied. But okay, they're excited. Zayde's doing her laundry, and originally how the scene was set up, you made it seem like, uh-oh, the killer's here. But I'm like, no, it can't be the killer. It has to be the Chanels, because it just has to be. It's too soon. It's too soon. And Zayde's actually excited to see the Chanels, which is throwing me off. But, again, Zayde is all about women empowerment, so she's thinking, even these women, even though I don't like them, here you go, take my laundry. You guys will be working with me. We can actually get some stuff done. They go and they meet Dr. Brock. And Dr. Brock is, he's taking a shower. I just want to laugh because all the ladies, well, I should say the Chanels, were just fondling over him. And Emma Roberts' character, the main Chanel, I'm going to call her Chanel number 1. She took off all of her clothes except for her lingerie. Oh my God. Dean Munch was like, stop it! No fraternizing. Gain some class. You are going to work together because you represent me. And they're like, wait a minute. You expect us to actually cure stuff when we're not even professional doctors? Like, how are we supposed to get it done? She's like, look, you're going to have to figure out, you're going to be shadowing. That's how you're going to learn, dumbass. Anyway, so now they're shadowing the real doctors, while the real doctors are texting, doing everything else except for paying attention to the hairy patient. And, you know, why should Chanel number 5 have to go and say, well, you know what? It's interesting how, you know, I always envision a hairy, clogged up drainage so that I can go and puke. But can you describe to me how your drain looks? Because I need some new material. I need some fresh material. The patient had this look of, are you little, you. And so she visualized it herself. It's like, oh, okay, I got it, thanks. And it's like, I'm leaving. It's like, no, you're not. Look, we're going to do this for you. We're going to make this work. We'll figure it out. We still don't know how, but we're going to figure it out. Actually, there's an interesting process that can be done. But before that, we see, what was it, Kirstie Allen? She's a head doctor, and right now we don't know what her motives are. I know she doesn't like the Chanels, and so she's just like, you guys aren't real doctors. The Chanels are thinking that they're in charge of everything, but they're not. They're actually at the lowest. If there was a bar, they'd be at the bottom. Poor things. And so Dean Munch is just like, hold up, you're not doctors, you're just shadowing. And I just said free room and board. I didn't say an actual salary, so why does my door keep slowly opening? if I get attacked, just know that I was here. But anyway, the Chanels are figuring out, okay, what are we going to do? Because Zayde came up with an idea of maybe they can go and drill, you know, do, what is it? Not a biopsy, something of that nature where, you know, they drill into the brain and do some work there. And so that's their course of action. Chanel 1 is working with Dr. Brock, well, attempting to work with Dr. Brock. And, you know, she's just hitting on him the whole time. And he's just like, he's reciprocating it / kind of saying it's unprofessional. But, you know, they still both want it. So it is what it is. And then they come up with testosterone. Because he was like, well, you know, there's a lot with you. And so then he was like, testosterone. Oh my gosh. Because they know it's her diet. Her diet is kind of the diet you'd want if you're a guy, really per se, and you're building a protein. She eats eggs, beef, like everything you could think of that would create protein and also aid in the creation of testosterone. So they come up with, that's the problem. They just need to change her diet, shave her down, and she'll be good. Now, while this was all happening, Lady Gaga's music video for Perfect Illusion, I guess technically premiered, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I don't know why. This is definitely the stripped down era of Gaga. Definitely. But it was cool. It just gave you like an indie vibe. An indie, I'm just dancing, that different venue vibe. So, it is what it is. Now, as I said, it's time for the Chanels to do what they do best. Give a makeover. They shave her down. She's completely hairless. And now it's time to build her back up. So they gave her the black fur, the leopard, the zebra striped dress, and then a wig. And she looks. That's all I have to say. Now, Kiersey's still over the Chanels. It's just like, you know what? You got lucky this time, but I'm really tired of y'all. I'm super tired of y'all. It looks like Chanel number 3 is going to eventually hook up with Dr. Cascade. And Chanel number 5, you know, she's pretty much useless. She's bringing in the rear. She's the complaining mopey one. So they're like, look, you're going to go and you're going to attend to our patient. So they go and they put her in this. It's basically this container where a lot of hot water is in it. And I guess it's supposed to rejuvenate the skin. Something of that nature. And they get locked in. I'm thinking, how stupid do you have to be to actually lock... Chanel number 5, you deserve to die. Now, we don't know if she's really dead or if she's just the witness to all of this. Because you know how this goes. Even though with the previews they made it seem like it. So they're both stuck in this container while they get this treatment done. And you hear this music, so even if they scream, no one's going to hear them. You see the creature that the doctor was originally dressed up as. He's dancing around, and then he's getting ready. He's getting ready because what does he do? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo! And slashes the patient's head off. It lands on the container thing that Chanel is in, Chanel number 5. And so she's screaming, and then we see him come for her. But we don't know what actually happens. So that was it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you're interested in hearing me doing this recap each week or not. Thanks.